Hey guys, welcome to a very special review. We've been gone for the summer. Barbenheimer just exhausted us, and
It blew us away.
it did blow us away. But welcome to Geekdom Movies. You're joined by Fahad, George Bogdan. Now we are huge fans of Star Wars. So we just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the greatness or bad, depending on your review, of Ahsoka. Now I will
Bad.
say bad.
Gosh.
No, I wouldn't say. I
Think
didn't
better of
ask
me.
you.
No.
I didn't think you would not like it, but I haven't heard your review yet, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to assume you loved it, and then I go over to you, and you're like, "So I hate this." I will say this: I do like Ahsoka a lot. I don't think it's better than Andor. That's my number one Star Wars show. I love Andor. I think it's so well done. It's like Ocean's 11 and like in space with like I just love Andor. I really love Mandalorian. That's gonna be number two, but this is getting up there with those two. I would say right now it's at nice sweet spot number three for me. I still prefer because I've grown with the characters in Mandalorian. That's one of the biggest reasons why I still don't consider it as good as Mandalorian. But I did watch. I think we both. Did you watch Clone Wars and Rebels by chance? I don't know if you ever did.
Yes, I did. It was Clone Wars slightly in the background. Like I didn't care as much for the more recent parts of it. Um, like Bad Batch, I wasn't very interested in. I did like a lot of the other portions of Clone Wars though.
Oh, that's good.
I did watch Rebels. It's been a second, so I can't remember some of the later episodes quite as much because I binged it, which then you don't retain anything. Um, but I do remember some of the things in it that pertain to what we see in Ahsoka.
Yeah, I have had friends who are huge diehard Star Wars fans who have never seen the animated shows who say this is just not working for them. It's a lot of homework, a lot of things that they don't understand what's going on, and Ahsoka doesn't really try to explain much. But then I have other friends who said like they don't have a problem following at all. They're like, yeah, they'll reveal it in time, like what's going on, and we don't really care. So I don't really know where to come off with that. So if you've seen Ahsoka and you're not a fan of the shows, maybe it's not for you. Maybe it is because everyone's just kind of 50-50 on it. As someone really enjoyed Dave Filoni's work in Clone Wars, the animated show, and of course now Rebels, I was super excited. Now, I, I do have some issues with Ahsoka, but not a lot. Nothing that would take away from the enjoyment of Ahsoka. So I will say one thing. I think Rosario Dawson was literally meant to play older Ahsoka. Like she gets that role. I love the android played by David Tennant. He's the one who's flying the ship and kind of messing them, talking to them the whole time. I forgot his name right now. Uh, uh, Elizabeth Weinstein, I think that's her name. She plays the green chick. What was her name in the cartoon? I'm blanking right now.
I can't remember.
Couldn't remember, but
It's,
okay.
it's been so long. I didn't even remember Ezra's name until like
They
they brought
decided-
it up in it.
They're like, oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
Ezra.
I'm like, oh yeah, it's Ezra. And he was the main character, so that gives you any idea.
Right. I don't know how to say her name.
Sabine.
Sabine, thank you, is growing on me. Her first introduction, I was like, I'm not feeling this, but as time kind of gone along, I'm appreciating her more.
I really liked her in the Rebels thing because like she kind of fit being a rebel like completely in basically every way. So I think their portrayal of her so far has been very good.
Yeah, no, I can't say I disagree with you. Yeah, like she grew on me, like I was saying before. The action is really well done. I didn't know I missed lightsaber fights until I watched Ahsoka, and I was like, I really miss lightsaber fights. So we're gonna go heavy into the first 5 episodes. So we're more than halfway into the season. There's gonna be only 8 episodes this season. So if you have not had a chance to watch episode 1 through 5,
Especially 5.
especially if
Spoilers.
honestly just come back. Yeah, like it don't get it, let it get ruined. You know, we're gonna really dig deep into the mythology, what we love, what we don't love about Ahsoka, what all that fun stuff. So just come back if you have to. So I will say there's one episode that I only care about that has really ignited my love for these characters, and it was, seeing live action Anakin with played by Hayden Christensen with her small counterpart.
As I was figuring out the story for Ahsoka, I just really thought, well, there's an opportunity I could bring Anakin and Ahsoka together. It's just awesome.
What an
so
episode.
Amazing. So amazing.
Like, if people are like, what's the one show that I should watch? If somebody was like, what's the one show I would watch on Ahsoka, that would be the one. I'd be like, go check out Anakin's Apprentice, and and watch Hayden Christensen. And it really shows that those prequel movies are not really his fault for the lines and the delivery. It's kind of sometimes about directing and like execution and the writing room. Here he is. Oh my goodness, there were so many parts. It's the first episode I've watched of any Star Wars TV show that I've actually watched 2-3 times. I just kept going back and watching because it's just so well done. Hayden Christensen's acting is absolutely fantastic. I loved everything that they talked about with who she is and why she should why she, even though she wants to give up being a Jedi, she really can't, and like, or not a Jedi, fighter, I guess I should say. And I love the World Between Worlds scene for that reason. I love seeing Hayden after Return of the Jedi, like when Darth Vader has been redeemed, and like you're seeing, like, even though it's past Hayden, it's still future Darth Vader, right? Like after Luke Skywalker has saved him, and you get to see like he's like really teaching her. It's like, I love that scene during the Clone Wars, and it's like, what if I want to stop fighting? And then Anakin turns out, then you'll die. It's like straight up, like, this is your line. Like, you shouldn't. He tells her, like, you shouldn't be here right now in World Between Worlds. You shouldn't be dead right now. You should have more to go. But he's also kind of letting her know in his own way to say, hey, like, but if you want to end things and you want to just move on to your next life and you don't want to go back, this is your time to kind of like be like, I give up, or I don't want to fight anymore. I'm good. But of course, Ahsoka picks up the lightsaber and gives into Anakin, and they have like many battles with a lightsaber. But really, it really shows you, like, Anakin saying, like, you have to fight. Like, your story's not ended. My story ended, but like your story needs to keep going. There is a threat. Like, they even talk about Thrawn. She talks about Thrawn with Anakin, which was phenomenal. Who would have thought that would even, just like, wow. Right? So I'm right now being blinded by this lady's headlights, so I'm gonna hope to just kind of ignore it. But man, those LED lights are bright. I hope she moves soon.
It's a spotlight.
It really
enjoy
is.
It while it lasts.
Yeah, I love the girl who played young Ahsoka. She's of course played by the same actress who played young Gamora.
That makes sense.
In Infinity War.
Yeah, she did an amazing job.
Yeah.
She did such a good job. I mean, like, it was perfect. Like, you didn't even second guess her character at all. Like, you just felt like that was young Ahsoka. Like, it just felt natural.
And of course, after that, you of course had her recently in Barbie. She played the teenager girl in Barbie. She was the teenage girl in Barbie, the mom's daughter.
Really?
That was her. She grew I guess she grew a lot between Ahsoka. That shows you how long ago Ahsoka must have been shot, because she's 16 in Barbie, but looks like she's 12 in Ahsoka. So they must have filmed Ahsoka way back. Way back.
That's wow.
Your mind just got blown, didn't it?
Yes.
And she's phenomenal. I thought her scenes with Anakin were just so well done. I'm really enjoying a lot of things about Ahsoka. Like, we're really digging into the mythology of what Star Wars is. We got whales, we got Thrawn, we got lightsabers, we got the witches back. Oh my god, those witches. You think they were creepy? I won't spoil anything for episode 6, but if you thought those witches were creepy in the cartoon, wait till you see them in person in live action, because man, oh man, that is a next level stuff right there in live action form.
I would say go play is it not Jedi Survivor? What's that one game with Cal Kestis? But that game, I would also say, is like, you have Clone Wars, you have Rebels, and that game. With those three, that should give you a pretty good idea of everything that's happening in Ahsoka.
That's true. Yeah. I never played the game, but that's interesting.
It's
I know
really good, and it explains a little bit more.
Is it Fallen Jedi? Is that what it's called?
Fallen Jedi.
Fallen...
The newest one is something Survivor or something. I can't remember.
Jedi Survivor?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
But
yeah, I've seen
but
trailers.
that first one will give you an idea a little bit more about the Crimson Witches and or not the Crimson Witches. I'm thinking Genshin. Wow. I forgot the name. I forgot the name of them, but basically the witches from the planet where Darth Maul came from.
Okay.
It gives you a little bit more information about that and
that's very
that culture a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen it, but I definitely want to check it out. I guess when I can. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, why don't you throw us your review? I can keep going.
Okay, I have to say this series started off slow, like all good things. So I started watching it and like I don't know, I kind of liked Andor. I really liked The Mandalorian, even though that was much slower, and I'm not sure yet why I like that show.
It started out slower.
It started out slower. It got a lot better.
Yeah.
And then it started out slower again for the second season.
Pacing
and then it got a lot better.
Yeah, pacing seems to be the issue with these shows.
It seems to be the issue with every one of these shows.
Yeah,
they always start off slow, and so nobody ends up being interested in them. And then they pick up and it's like, now you got to go back and watch it. So I gave Ahsoka a bit of the benefit of the doubt on this one. And so I started watching it. I like that it introduced the characters a lot faster than I expected. Like first episode, you're seeing at least like, was it three of the characters from Rebels? At least 3 or 4. Maybe it might be up to 5. But basically you're seeing the characters from Rebels like right away, which I was very glad about. I thought it was going to drag on. It was going to, be like The Mandalorian was, where like he doesn't do anything except bounties for like the first couple of things. And then,
oh, that's right. Yeah.
It was so boring at the very start, but then it got so interesting. Ahsoka takes right off and it goes right into what Ahsoka's doing, which is great. She's over there trying to find Ezra. She's trying to find, like what exactly, was it Thrawn? You said General Thrawn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blanking on this. Who exactly is General Thrawn?
General Thrawn was in Rebels, as we know. He's I don't remember his backstory, but he's a calculating, menacing, very intelligent general who he's not per se evil as much as he believes what he thinks to be like the right way to do things, and a lot of what he believes is if some people have to die for the cause of the greater good, then so be it. And before he takes down a planet or his enemy, he learns everything about them: art, politics, philosophy, science, everything that makes them who they are, so that he can use against them to basically overturn or overtake their army and their understanding of what it means to be.
So basically, like he finds a way to analyze them enough that he can just destroy them from every angle.
Yeah,
much.
he's like the Joker, except Joker is more psychotic while he's more tame. Like he's very intelligent, and when he believes he needs to rule or win or control something, he does it very calculating way. Like think of, gosh, I'm trying to think of other examples of someone like this. Did you ever see Speed or like Die Hard with a Vengeance?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so think of somebody who's just very intelligent, but he's not crazy. He is evil, and he does have his means of doing things a certain way, but he's also like, it's like the CIA. The CIA, when they take down a country,
oh yeah,
they're like
that's probably
intelligently.
The best explanation.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
So yeah, basically, she's trying to find him, but like, she starts off at a temple that.
Yeah.
I did have a few issues with this. She starts off at a temple that I believe was supposed to be on the same world as the witches, right?
Right.
Does not look like any representation of it that I have previously seen.
Wait, are you talking
which
about
I kind of have an issue with.
Which planet are you talking about? Sorry, maybe
Ahsoka starts off on the planet with, like, the home planet of the witches, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not at all like any of the other representations of it I've seen. Whether in Clone Wars, whether in Rebels, or in... I'm blanking on the name of that game again.
Fallen Jedi.
Yeah, Fallen Jedi.
Excuse me.
It doesn't look like it from any of those.
Yeah, I think that's the old origins of that planet is what they were trying to say, I think, in the first episode, which is, and then where they ended up and before they got extinct or killed out or whatever, like.
Okay, because all the other representations I'd seen of it showed it a lot more menacing than it appeared in that.
I think the planet
show.
they eventually go to, where they needed the ball that she was holding to, like, get the map, wasn't that...
There wasn't any water, though, that I remember on that planet.
Oh,
it was like acid and stuff. Like, it was...
Oh.
It was...
Was it Mandalore?
No.
Really?
I don't remember what that planet was.
We would have to Google it later.
They're basically on the outer rim.
Okay.
Because, like, where they are right now, they would... Essentially, they're in, like, the regular galaxy, right?
Okay.
And then they have to jump galaxies. Basically, they're trying to find a way to jump galaxies to find Thrawn and Ezra and all that.
Yeah.
Because they're concerned that Thrawn is going to make a comeback. That's why Ahsoka's going for it. Obviously, Sabine is going for it because she wants to find Ezra.
Right.
And the witch and the Dark Jedi, they're going for it because they want to find Thrawn. So, essentially, they want to bring the Empire back. Is what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
This show went so well into the 4th and 5th episodes. I've got to say, the 4th and 5th episodes of this show are really what's made it so far. Because we finally see some lightsaber battles that are worth noting.
Yeah, I mean,
which is something we did not see in the
original Mandalorian or the other shows.
We haven't really seen it in the
action.
Mandalorian. We haven't seen it in the, like the 3 newest episodes.
We started Obi-Wan.
Yes, we did, but that was once again because they brought Hayden Christensen back in for that.
Right.
And Ewan McGregor. So, like, they had 2 people that were already experienced with this doing it. It wasn't necessarily like they told them how to choreograph that.
Right.
Necessarily. So seeing them do those lightsaber battles at closer to what we saw in the prequels, oh my goodness, that was awesome. Seeing that speed, that, like, fluid movement, oh my goodness, it was so cool.
Yeah, they're definitely bringing back the actual, like, fighting styles back to, like, what made lightsaber battles so cool in the prequels. Like, as much as I hate on the prequel movies, they have the best duels.
Oh, absolutely.
Of anything. So yeah, I agree. Like,
absolutely. Even the episode 4, 5, and 6 did not look anything
like the prequel
good
movies
in comparison to the prequels.
Yeah, no, and no, I agree. The duels is great. I know he passed away. The guy with the white beard. Yeah, bad guy. I forgot his name, but
Count Dooku.
No. In Ahsoka, the beard guy, the villain with the beard, white beard.
He passed away.
The actor passed away. Yeah. Like, literally, they got done shooting and he had a heart attack and died. So he finished all of his scenes, went home.
Oh my god!
I know, had a heart attack and passed away in the middle of the night. It was really sad. Yeah. But like it actually, if you watch the first episode again, it actually says for the actor's name in the first episode.
Oh wow!
Yeah. But he's so good, and you could tell they had so many plans with him because his story is so magnificent. He was the kid who fell during the temple, who then left the Jedi, and now he's this thing. But I wouldn't really call him evil. I call him more like somebody.
He's not a Sith, but he is a Dark Jedi.
Yeah,
and that's one of the other things that hopefully they'll bring that up a little bit more, so more people know the lore on it.
Right.
But there's a difference between the Sith and the Dark Jedi. Basically, the Sith, it was like a special, like, set of Dark Jedi, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which they were evil. Whereas Dark Jedi, they were almost like the other side of the Force. You know, because you had your light side, which was the majority of Jedi, but then you also had your dark side, which was your Dark Jedi. And they were much more unstable. They did things a lot more with their emotions, and you know, because of that, they weren't as prevalent, obviously.
Yeah.
As the Sith, because like the Sith were very calculated in what they did.
Yeah, no, that's true. So that makes sense to me now. Why they're not truly evil or truly good either. Just kind of like doing their own. They're like mercenaries. It feels more like than anything else. Yeah. No. I think that when when Ahsoka is good, it's really good, and when it's like okay, like you were saying, it's really like, can I keep watching this? You know?
Yeah.
And I really hope that it continues to stay good enough where it keeps me interested. I don't have anything to go off where I feel like that could be wrong. But I am excited to see who they get to play how do you say his name? What's his name? Azura? Ezra, thank you.
I'm a little concerned because like he doesn't look in Rebels. I mean, he's a younger guy, so I guess that might make sense.
Right.
In this, everybody's grown up, and like based off what I've seen, it looks like he's gained a little bit of weight. But like, I'm not sure. Well, yeah, but I mean,
but he should be in shape. Yeah,
he should more so be in shape because like most of the Jedi were in shape because they had to. I mean, that was part of it. You had to be athletic. It wasn't like you could be like a very heavy set Jedi normally.
Yeah.
Unless they were good with the Force. I don't know. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see like him in action actually.
Yeah.
And what he can do because, let's just say, I'm not that impressed with him either. The last episode I saw of him, I was just like, yeah, but he will. I mean, again, I'm not judging him off the 5 minutes I saw him last episode, so whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll see how it goes as the show progresses. I hope they continue to focus on Ahsoka because the show is called Ahsoka and not make it Rebels 2.0, which I'm afraid that's where it's going. Yeah,
it's looking like it's going there,
which I'm fine with. Like if they want to like after this season separate and say, hey, this will be Rebels and this will be Ahsoka, I'm totally cool with that.
I don't know if you remember, but they definitely hinted at some things regarding that with Mandalorian 2 or like whatever the newest one is. I can't remember. Is it season 3? I don't remember. But they hinted at a few things from Rebels, if I recall, in that. Like the creature that he saw in the depths.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was something. Oh, that was so cool. But yeah, like one thing I'm really glad about is they're finally starting to tie in all of these stories. Which seemed so like separated before.
Right.
But now like we're finally seeing it brought together, and that's something that really makes me excited. It doesn't feel like it's just like, you know, add-on stuff. It feels like they're finally putting it together. They're putting all those pieces together of this puzzle.
Right.
You know.
And it's one of the reasons I had a big problem with Rise of Skywalker, because Rebels actually explains how Palpatine was trying to come back through those portals in the worlds between worlds, like, you know, thing. And then the opening title screen for Rise of Skywalker is somehow Palpatine comes back. It's like, what do you mean somehow? We know exactly how he came through when he was trying to come through in the Rebels TV show.
To be explained later. No.
To be never actually no. To be never be explained. They never explained how he came back, how he had his army, how he has his military ready to go. Anything. So, yeah, I prefer this direction of Disney at least, because at least they're finally addressing some major issues that they've been ignoring for like the first 3 movies that they released, and it was getting to the point where I was getting annoyed. I'm like, Disney, you're really gonna like piss off the fans really badly if you don't start connecting, which they did. And I know people like to trash Kathleen Kennedy. To her credit, though, she listened and said like we should bring in the people who have been kind of creating this universe, this world, with the series like the Clone Wars and with Rebels. And she, for all the hate she gets, she does listen and knows what the fans want. And It's slow for her to really get there, but she does eventually somehow get there and course corrects. And that's all I really care about. I don't care if
Yeah.
people make mistakes. I just want them to like realize their mistake and try to do better. And Kathleen Kennedy has always shown that she is listening to the fans and going towards what they want. That's why we've gotten Mandalorian and now Ahsoka. And I think that as this world, this universe continues on in the future, it'll be more and more of canon that
Yeah.
that they've ignored on, But
I
hey, I think that's a good place to stop.
I think so.
Yeah, so if you guys have seen Ahsoka, leave comments below. Tell us what your thoughts are. And yeah, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.